Bookings Made Easy, Rate Categories. We have a property assigned called Riverview Complex. We'll just edit this property to show you the details. Riverview Complex as a hotel and an apartment. Let's cancel this and now go to Rate Categories. And all we can do is to assign a new rate category. The rate category start. The rate category allows you to enter a category which can apply to many accommodation units such as rooms or apartments. So the category name, for example, could be double room, which will apply to the hotel. Minimum night stay, 1 night. Do weekend rates apply? No. Does period pricing apply, such as weekly rates? In this case, no. Period pricing is, for example, if you charge €100 per night, for 7 nights, the price might be €650, or for 3 nights, 280. Just to give you an example. Now the sort index, or the order in which we need the category to appear in the listings, put that to 30. Next, we look at the rates policy to apply. Next, we look at the rates policy that needs to be applied. The rate policies are: the night rate applies for the accommodation, the night rate applies and extra guests are charged a fixed price per night. Next, we look at the rates policy to apply. Okay, stop. Next, we look at the rates policy to apply. Stop. Next, we look at the rates policy to apply. We have 4 options available. The first is the night rate applies for the accommodation. That means for an apartment or a room, the price per night is €90. Next, the night rate applies and extra guests are charged a fixed price per night. That means that the night rate applies, the night rate could be €100, and extra guests are charged a fixed price, so the per extra guest could be €15. And now if we click this menu here, we can see the accommodation rate, that's a nightly rate, includes, say, 2 guests. Okay. The next one is the night rate applies to each guest. So in other words, the night rate of €100, if there's 2 guests, it will be €200. 3 guests, €300. The fourth option, the night rate is charged on the number of guests. This means that if there is 1 guest, the night rate is charged on the number of guests. Just stop. Next, the night rate is charged on number of guests. Means 1 guest could be charged €50, 2 guests could be charged €53, 4 guests €60, etc. So in this particular instance, we've got a double room for the hotel, so we'll choose, in this example, it's a double room for the hotel, so we'll choose the night rate applies. In this example, the double room applies to a hotel, and we're going to choose the night rate is charged on the number of guests. The guest rates will be applied from 1 to 2 guests. So the guest rates will be applied from 1 to 2 guests is selected. Now we can select the number of guests the night rate applies to. So it applies from 1 guest to 2. It's a double room, so there's only 2 guests, and save. Next, we'll create one category, a new category, for the apartment. So we'll call this apartment. Minimum night stay, in this case we'll have 3 nights. Do weekend rates apply? No. Does period pricing apply? No. When you select these options, you'll find that the options down here, the types of rates to apply, will actually be greyed out and cannot be selected. Do weekend rates apply? Do weekend rates apply? Does period pricing apply? When these options are selected, when yes is selected, you will see that not all the options. You will see that the types of rates to apply are not all available. Okay, I'll just give you an example. Weekend rates apply, and we can only. It's bad this. Okay, let's cancel that. Stop. Next, we'll assign a new category for the apartment. Click New Category. Stop. Now we'll select one category for the apartment, which is all it needs. So the category name we'll call apartment. Minimum night stay, in this case 3 nights. Do weekend rates apply? Does period pricing apply? If we select those to yes, some of the options in the rates policy to apply will not be available. This is because to make logical sense of the pricing formulas. This is because the rates policy has to have a logical sense to it. Okay, so we'll have the order in which we need this to appear in any listings. 50 we'll call this, and we're going to select here that the night rate is charged on the number of guests, and the guest rate will, oh no we're not, damn. And the rate policy to apply, we're going to apply that the night rate. Next we need to select the rate policy, and we're going to select the night rate applies and extra guests are charged a fixed price per night. The accommodation rate includes 2 guests. This happens to be an apartment which will hold 4 guests. So let's save. We have 2 categories now assigned, and the next thing to do is to go on to the property units and assign the property units. And the next, we have 2 apartments assigned. Now we have 2 categories assigned, and the next thing to do is to assign the property units.